Welcome back to the podcast, the Yappin Pod, episode number 22. Appreciate all the love and support. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and unlike any other episode in the history of the show, we got nothing planned. She literally said this too. She was like, "I have no interesting things to say, Jaden." And I was like, me either. But that's what can make it a good podcast, But head over to the Spotify. You know where to find it. Every episode is on there as well. Today is January 24th. January is almost over. Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
What day? And I want to talk about your 75-day hard challenge.
Mm-hmm.
What day are you on?
18.
18. So about around 60 more to go. Have you noticed anything? Have you noticed any changes? I mean, from my point of view, like, there hasn't been a lapse in, like, commitment. There hasn't been a lapse in, like, anything. Like, you continue to go hard. Your motivation is still there. You're still drinking a gallon of water. You're still reading your book. Like, how do you do it?
You just fucking do it.
Sometimes in life, I can, my fucking motivation levels are like, it's like I need a refill, I need that extra boost in the tank. How do you do it?
You just fucking do it, bro. Everybody's so fucking lazy. Just fucking do it. Stop trying to cut corners. It's not fucking easy. Just do it. Even if you don't like it. It's not good for you, but you still eat vegetables because you have to. Just fucking do it. That's it. That's literally
a lot
it.
of F-bombs start the episode.
That's literally it. Just do it.
Just copying the Nike quote, huh? Just do it.
Bro, literally do it.
I used to have I remember when I was big.
It's not that hard. People overcomplicate it. Don't overcomplicate it.
What do you think that barrier is? Is that fear of failure? Is that the barrier of, like, why people don't do shit like this that you're doing? Are people scared of failure, or are people just, like,
that's part of it?
Are people naturally lazy? Like, is being lazy a genetic, like, you're born with it?
No, I think it's now our generation to just being on your phone. It's so easy just to lay down on the couch and scroll away. Watch YouTube, not do shit all day. So easy. Why not keep doing the easy thing? People don't want to do hard things anymore. That's why people don't start businesses. That's why people don't start their health journeys. That's why people don't read anymore. Like, that's literally why, because it's a little harder. And as soon as it's a little harder, people don't like it.
And
people just want everything easy.
You think that technology is a big part of that?
Yeah.
So, like, back in, like, the 1800s,
that and just the food that is, like, we're consuming.
Because when you look at, like, 1800, 1900 days, like, the old pictures, whatever pictures there were, like, no one was fat. Like, you didn't have technology to distract yourself. The food all good back in the day? It was probably all natural food. There was no added elements, to make it, more tasting. Right?
I guess. I mean, I did see fat people back in the day. Like, when I look at pictures and shit. So, I think that's false narrative. But
you seen fat people back in the day?
Oh, yeah. Some of the presidents were fat as hell.
Who?
Like, I mean, it depends how far you're going back.
But they also had the access to, like, all the foods.
So?
Like, most people did not have access to oysters.
What does that have to do with anything?
That has a lot to do with it. When you're rich, you can eat. You have the money to eat whatever you want.
So you're saying only rich people were fat?
No, but you're more likely. Like, poor people aren't going to be fat in the 1800s. You know what I mean? Like, back in the day, you don't think so?
No, I just told you no.
So back in the day, anyone could be fat.
Yeah.
when you're poor back in the day, you don't have the ability to eat like McDonald's or like all this bad food.
McDonald's didn't even, well, I don't know what era you're talking about.
1800s.
McDonald's didn't fucking exist in the
Okay, but
1800s.
like what was like a fatty food in the 1800s?
Probably just eating a bunch of meat and milk, bread. That shit would like just fill you up.
Okay.
I don't know.
But fast forward.
I mean, I don't know what the fuck else they had. There's probably like cereals and like TV dinners that they fucking ate and shit. Because white people are fucking disgusting, bro. Y'all really eat TV
No,
dinners,
we're talking
bro.
about the 1800s.
That's what I'm talking about. White people in the 1800s, bro.
They were eating TV dinners in the 1800s? They had a microwave?
I don't fucking know.
When was the microwave invented?
I'm just saying that the TV dinners are fucking nasty, bro. And y'all are fucking...
I need you to stop that right now.
Y'all are grimy if you eat those. I don't give a fuck who you are.
I fucking grew up on TV dinners in my
family. That explains your griminess. You're grimy. You're nasty, bro.
Are you saying that my mom...
How you eat that, bro?
I had no choice,
That shit is not real food, my dude. That is not food.
I agree now, but back when you have no choice, you had no choice. You know?
But what I'm saying is people are lazy because of the food they eat. Number one, like you wake up, you fucking eat McDonald's for breakfast, and you drink a fucking Coca-Cola with that, and then you get on your phone and start scrolling all fucking day. And you don't even realize it. You just sit down on your couch and you're just scrolling. You look at the clock. It's like 11 a.m. And then you look at the clock again. And it's 2 p.m. And you're like, fuck. Oh, shit. It's already 2. Like, shit. Like, I'm kind of hungry now. So then you go and you're like, to your fridge. You open and you're like, fuck. I don't really feel like cooking. Fuck it. I'll order something. Then you order fucking Cane's or Chick-fil-A or some bullshit like that. Then you eat that shit again, right? And then you're like, for dinner, I just feel like eating a pizza. We'll just eat a frozen pizza for dinner. I don't feel like doing anything. That's your life, bro. That's what most people's life is. And if you're skinny right now, but that's your life, it's gonna catch up to you. Your immune system is not always gonna be that good. One day you're gonna be fat as hell. You're gonna be one of those people that was in high school and they were like, oh, when she was in high school, like she was so skinny, but then like high school finished and she got really fat. That's what you're gonna end up being. Don't cut corners.
It's too easy to eat shitty foods. Mm-hmm. It's cheap as fuck.
Cheap. They do it on
and
purpose, though.
It's the laziness too. Like
government does it on purpose, though. They need you to be fat. They need you to be fat so you can go get that medical care. So you can be in diabetes and constantly be getting them pills and constantly be getting these treatments that cost $500.
Yeah, it's 100%. The government eats, or they don't eat, but like they make money off of these medical places and companies that prescribe these pills that are Ozempic, you know. But I honestly, I can never let myself get to that point where I'm like obese, you know. I think people just don't have the tools to learn how to cook. People that's not true because YouTube, you know, you don't have to go to a cooking class to learn how to cook. Yeah, you can teach yourself. You can have people around you teach you. Like something I've struggled with my whole life is like trying to actually put in the effort and somewhat care about it. Like, and like when I absolutely had to cook, like when I lived alone, like I actually had to cook. Like I had no choice, you know. You can't eat fucking TV dinners every night. People do it, but I had to learn, you know. So I did learn a few basic meals, but I still am nowhere near on your level. I
just don't understand it, bro. I don't get it. I don't get how people don't know how to fucking cook. When people tell me they don't know how to fucking cook, bro, it's like you telling me you don't know how to fucking wipe your ass, bro. How the fuck have you gone through life this far and don't know how to cook? That is unacceptable. That is unacceptable.
If you don't have parents that ever taught you how to cook, can you can kind of like you can kind of understand how that person grew up and still doesn't know how to cook.
I can
no one in their family knows how to cook.
I can kind of understand that, but now you don't have that excuse no more. We live in a world where there's TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, this, that, Facebook, bro. It's easy to just Google, how can I cook pasta? How can I cook spaghetti? How can I cook a steak? It's not that fucking complicated. People just are lazy, bro. That's literally it. They're just fucking lazy. People don't want to fucking get their ass up and cook.
It's so much. I mean,
I
not
get
gonna
it.
The best results, but it's so much easier to pop a pizza in the oven than to like spend an hour and a half, 2 hours prepping and cooking and seasoning a meal. You know, like it's just so it's so much easier. It's like working at an office job versus working as a fucking like construction.
Also, I'm gonna tell you this too.
It's just night and day. You know,
when you cook your own food, I mean, this, I don't know if this people experience this, but I have. But I tend to eat less when I cook my own food. So when I cook my own food, I think it's just that I spend so much time looking at it that I'm just kind of like I eat like 4 bites in and I'm just kind of like, okay, like I'm good now. Like, you know, I think I just spend more time looking at it than I actually, I don't know. Sometimes, like, I mean, I think I grew up kind of that way. Sometimes I would just kind of like think about food and like think about it so much, and like just thinking about it made me want it more. So then when I would go to like the drive-through or like go to this like fast food spot and order whatever I was gonna order, like I would like eat every single like part of it. And then like now it's like I can be fine with having food left on my plate. Also, I've learned my portion size. Like I know exactly how much I will eat. I don't overdo it anymore. Like, I don't give myself a big ass steak and like a bunch of sides. Like I just do one side. Like I know about how much like steak will fill me up or chicken or whatever, and I'll be fine. Like a lot of people just need to kind of like low key like trick their mind. But I don't know. I
never felt that, like, you know, when you cook for yourself, you eat less. I remember how that happened to me. But cooking for yourself, like, there's
definitely something wrong if you like are sitting down and you just want to like gobble the food. That's not right. That shouldn't happen. You shouldn't be like, I need to like there's something going on. You're either not hydrated enough, you're not drinking enough water. And like I was having this
water, kids.
I was literally having this discussion with my mom. She's like, I feel like my mouth is always dry. I was like, you need to drink more water. And she's like, but I already drink so much water. I'm like, you're not drinking enough. You think you drink enough, but you don't. And so she literally Googled it, and it literally told her that she needed to drink more water. That's what it is. You're not drinking enough water. That's why you're fucking starving all the time. Or you feel like you eat something and it falls into a pit of nothingness. Like, because you're not drinking enough water.
What's the science behind, like, water lowering your appetite?
Because I heard that there's like these brain signals, receptors in your brain, and the same signals are being sent down when you're hungry as to when you are thirsty. So sometimes your body is trying to tell you you're thirsty, but you mistaken it as you're hungry. But in reality, those like receptors or whatever are telling you you're thirsty. So that's sometimes why people get confused and they just consume more rather than drink more.
So the neuron connections.
So they say that before you eat, you should drink a glass of water. And then after that, after you drink the glass of water, like wait like 10 minutes and see if you're still hungry. Most of the time you won't be hungry anymore. 9 times out of 10. Because you're not drinking enough water.
So is that what... I think Ozempic blocks those receptors that tell your brain that you're hungry, because that's what Ozempic says. It just you don't feel hungry, you know. So I'm gonna do it. I've decided today. Tomorrow.
Ozempic is a peptide, so it doesn't make you hungry. Like it doesn't make you like crave.
Is there like a stigma that like it's like cheating kind of out there?
Yeah, I think it's a good tool if like you really need it, like really bad for like, you know,
cravings and shit.
No. You don't need it for cravings.
No, like to stop the cravings.
No, you don't need it for that. You need it if you are like terribly obese, or it is extremely difficult and you've been you've consulted a doctor, it's extremely difficult for you to lose weight because of like PCOS or like just any kind of like hormonal disorder or something like that. Like, but you need, obviously you always need to consult a doctor before getting Ozempic. But if you just literally want to get on Ozempic because you want to lose 50 pounds, like me, for example, like let's just say I was like, I want to get on fucking Ozempic, but like I have all the tools around me where I don't need to get on that. I can do it completely naturally.
Yeah, for
Plus,
real.
I heard there's bad side effects. I don't know. Read into it if you are gonna do it. Study up
I
on
think
it.
doing things naturally is always better than taking pills. Like I feel like there's always gonna be side effects
It's not pill.
or whatever, like medication.
It's a
right?
shot. You inject your stomach or
And
like
you need
your
you
butt.
need a prescription.
Yeah, you need to get prescribed by a doctor.
Basically, your doctor needs to tell you that you're fat as fuck. That you need to
Or
get some
you need to
help.
go to your doctor and you need to be like, hey, I'm obviously obese. I'm trying to lose weight, but I can't. How do I do this? And then typically from there, they'll prescribe it to you or like tell you.
Isn't it crazy that your brain, like everything in your body, like your feet, like all the movements, there's like you said, the receptors that sends the thoughts to your brain to move your fingers. You know, like there's a pathway to your brain. Like everything leads to the brain.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to think to move your fingers. You have to think that. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that wild to think about?
Yeah, it is wild.
What if you just rearrange those receptors and like you want to move your fingers, but you try to move your fingers and your toes move because they're flipped. The cords are flipped.
That's why it's like
Isn't that
really
wild?
important to like take care of your head. Like a lot of like football players or like basketball or boxing players or boxing people, athletes. Um, they get like bad head injuries and like they'll end up like paralyzed or
Some of
like
them had died.
vegetables, or some of them have died. Like your brain is like your head is super important.
That's why I would never box. That's why my future kids are never gonna box. I'd rather have them go in UFC than to box.
No, my kids.
I had a debate with someone about the boxing UFC debate on what's harder to get into, what's more dangerous. What's harder is definitely UFC. You got so many aspects of the game. You're not just punching someone in the face. You're kicking, you're scrambling, you're clinching, you're wrestling. You know, what's more dangerous? Like you can have an argument that boxing is more dangerous, because of the head trauma. You know, but you can also get that in UFC too. But it.
Can you move your feet? Thanks.
Sorry, she just told me to move my feet, guys. Sorry
No,
for
I
the-
was trying to tell you they stink.
Oh, sorry.
Can you move them?
That I stink?
Yeah.
My feet stink?
Yes.
What? My feet do not stink.
Yes, they do.
I just took a shower and I scrubbed them with fucking like.
Well, they
that.
stink. So I don't know.
I know, but you've always said my feet stink, but I just don't. I don't get the same.
He has a terrible feet fungus smell.
feet fungus.
Like
This
smell.
is news to me.
Like it's not actual fungus. I think it just smells bad.
You know what it is? It's called hardworking smell. It's
smells
when you're
like
a hard.
sweaty
It's when you're a
feet.
hard worker, Andrea. Like both of our dads probably have the same fucking foot smell. Because it's like a physical, manly jobs that we do. It's gonna put your feet in some dangerous fucking places.
I don't care.
Your feet is gonna collect this. What?
I don't care.
You don't care about what?
I don't care about your physical manly job. I care that these feet stink and get them away from me.
The disrespect right now is insane. Anyways, what were we talking about? Let's just cut the fucking boxing UFC talk. I didn't really have any interest in that conversation. I was just speaking out of my ass. I want to tell you a story. Well, I already told you the story, but I'm gonna tell the people. You know, I work. Obviously, I'm at gas stations, right? Filling them, getting into trouble, fighting. You know, no, I'm not fighting, but I'd be in. You know, you could say it's the ghetto part of Iowa, right? You would say that, right? I'm not gonna say where, but it's probably like you have the most risk of probably getting shot up in this, right?
I think. I don't
Is
know.
there more dangerous than the east side?
I heard that Fort Dodge is pretty bad.
Really?
Waterloo, yeah. I heard
Really?
Fort Dodge is like hella crackheads.
Damn, I didn't
Like,
hear about that.
They have like a bad case of like meth and like shit like that.
Wow. Damn.
I was watching it on TikTok. Randomly, it came up like the top 10 most ghetto places in Iowa.
Wait, is it that guy?
And
That, is
Fort
it the guy
Dodge.
that goes around the country to all the most dangerous parts of each state?
I don't know.
Was it like a vlog? No, I think that's.
It was like a voiceover,
Oh.
and he said number one was Fort Dodge, and then like number two was like I think it was what is it called
Des Moines got to be in that list.
Ottumwa was
we
in
can't- I
there.
feel like we're telling them where we live right now.
Waterloo. I don't know all those
So, anyways,
lame ass whole ass places.
So I'm in the east. I'm in the ghetto. You know, doing my thing, filling the coolers, and I go take out the trash. You know, there's a dumpster right next to the store. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this away. I'm gonna go on with my day. Gotta head over to another town, do my thing, and go around the corner, and all I see is a fucking there's a head. It's like a head in the dumpster, right? Like that's not supposed to be there, you know.
It's not supposed to be.
Last time I checked, you don't throw human bodies into the fucking dumpster. And I noticed there's a bike right next to the dumpster. So I'm like, huh. This guy, what's he doing? You know? Is this his house? Is this where he lives?
Yep.
Is the bike in the driveway? Is that the driveway right next to the dumpster? Or is this guy, is he the dumpster? Like, is he the garbage man? Right?
Why would a garbage
But he's
man
physically grabbing the fucking
Why
trash.
would a garbage man drive a
Look, these type of things are going through my mind, Andrea.
in a span of like 5 seconds?
5 seconds. I'm just giving you guys a slow motion thought process in my brain.
Most dramatic guy I know, bro.
So
See?
I immediately check those boxes, right? Nope. We make eye contact, right? What?
Oh, I thought the cat was crying. Go
We
ahead.
both make eye contact, and at this moment, I'm like, okay, and I had a lot of trash, by the way. I either run, like I just drop the trash and run.
Why, bro? Bro, just get to the fucking story.
Or we had a lot of time.
Leo.
We had a lot of time on our hands. We need this story to be long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. Make eye contact. So I'm gonna start getting faster. Oh, Leo just popped in. Sorry, I'm getting distracted now. We make eye contact. I'm like, okay, do I either run? Do I, engage this human? Do I in physical interaction?
Leo.
Are you listening to my story?
Yes, bro, I'm listening.
So do I run? Do I engage in physical altercation? Right? And he's making direct eye contact. This guy's like he might have a knife on him. He this might be his house, and I don't want to be an intruder. If someone intrudes in your house, you're gonna attack. You're gonna defend your land. So my initial reaction was to say, "Oh, what's up, man?" I decided not to attack. I decided to be friendly. I decided to be like, okay, like, we can be cool. I'm gonna throw some trash in your house, and I'm gonna get on with my day.
Yeah.
So that's what I do, and I leave.
So then that's it. You didn't ask him like, what you doing?
No, I did. I slipped $1 bill in one of the cardboard boxes I threw in there.
No, you didn't,
And then
bro.
I don't think he ever found it though, because it was pretty hidden in there. And then I wrote on the $1 bill. I wrote, with the pen. I wrote, get a job, bitch.
Damn.
And then I don't know if he's read it. Someone to find that.
Damn.
So what would you do in that situation? I mean, this is the first time that this has ever happened to me.
I would have as I was going to throw up the trash and I would have seen his head poke out, I would have been like, ah! I would have screamed so loud. And then I would have been like, oh shit, you scared me, dude. Fuck. I'd have been like, have a nice day, dude. Just completely act super normal. I don't know.
This area is sketchy. I'm trying to think of other.
Actually, maybe I would have been like for real, I would have probably been like, what's up? What you doing? And then I would have asked, like, are you looking for food? And, like, if they said, yeah, like, I'm hungry, then, like, I would buy food for them.
No, I whenever I'm in this area of town, I always make sure my truck's locked. My wallet's secure, because you
Like,
never know.
around Iowa, I don't really, like, there are homeless people, but I don't see them as much as, like, California. Like, when I used to live over there was, like, homeless people everywhere. Obviously, the weather is a big factor to it. Like,
Well,
here it gets, like, freezing
oh, in San
cold.
Diego.
Yeah. Well, no, here it gets freezing cold. So, like, I feel like that's why there's not many homeless people. But one time, me and my friend were, like, this is, like, I don't know, we were just hanging out. There's like 4 of us, and we were just driving around listening to tunes, late at night. We stopped at a gas station to get some snacks and, like, a drink. And there's just this guy, like, just so sad, just sitting outside on the floor. And, like, he didn't ask us for anything. Like, he was just chilling. And we felt bad. So we asked him, we're like, are you cold? Like, do you want some hot chocolate? And he was like, yeah, like, thank you. That would be amazing. So, like, we got him hot chocolate. Like, we got him, like, a snack and stuff. So, like, we just felt bad for the guy. Like, so it's like, I feel like that's more valuable than just giving them money. Because, like, sometimes they just go get that money and they just go spend it on drugs or, like, another fix. Rather than, like, you buying them food. Like, they're going to eat it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like where we live, there's really no homeless people. But it's sad.
It's also crazy that all these millionaires in, like, the country, and, like, they could help to, like, stop world hunger or, like, at least homelessness here in the U.S. But no, none of the millionaires want to do anything about it. None of them.
But I think, well,
None of them want to
you have
help.
to have billions to help the homeless population.
Yeah, we have a lot of billionaires in America.
But, like, the thing is, like, what are you gonna do to help? Like, give them a house, or not give them a house, like, give them a job. Like, I think it's the homeless people's like they have an addiction, right? They're never gonna stop. It's really hard to save a homeless person. If you give them the help that they need, and then let them be, who knows? They're probably gonna go back to their old ways and start using that money and buying drugs, and shit.
Well, that's because we don't. Well, in America, we don't have a system where we have a prison system. That's it. Like, rehab centers, you have to pay for that. Homeless people are homeless. They don't have money to go get into a rehab facility and be in there. And not only do they need help rehabbing from drug addictions, but they also need, like, mental help. Like, they need psychologists and, like, therapists who are willing to help them, because a lot of these people are homeless for different reasons. Yeah, some of them may be drug addicts. Some of them are just people who have mental health issues and they don't have anybody to look after them. And people think that they're cuckoo or crazy, but the whole time they just have fucking schizophrenia or something. And people are just throwing them away like trash, and they don't even know what they can do to actually help them. So
yeah,
I think that big billionaires like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, like, guys like that can team up and, like, set up a system. I'm not saying they have to give all their money to them or anything, but, like, they could definitely help by having, like, some kind of system where they can help communities, but they don't want to. They're greedy. All they care about is money.
I think the government has to have a role in that too. It can't just be billionaires. I don't know. If you're a billionaire, and I feel like, what is it? How does it?
Well, we know the government is in debt, so, like, what are they gonna do? Shit.
What is helping homeless people for a billionaire? How is that gonna help them? Unless you're truly, like, a good person at heart, which I feel like most billionaires they're kind of fucked up.
Wait, say that again. What was your question?
Like, if you're Elon Musk, how does helping out thousands and thousands of homeless people, how does that benefit you?
I mean, if anything, if you were smart, which I'm sure Elon is, like, pretty smart, he could set up, like, like pretty much like a way so that then they can like start working, not necessarily for, I guess in a way for him, not necessarily like in high end jobs, because like I know he's like always wanting to like build rockets and shit, but like I don't know, maybe he could open like some kind of warehouse, or I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
But that's the problem. That's the problem with this today's society and like today's world. It's like everybody, because you give something, everybody wants something in return. If I'm a billionaire and I do this for all these people, what the fuck do I get in return? Why do you have to get something in return to do a good deed? Like, people just don't want to be good anymore. That's the sad part. It doesn't matter who you are, what color shade you are. It doesn't fucking matter. People are just like rotten inside.
You can't just give homeless people a job and money and expect them to change they need mental help. That's what they need.
But what if all those people become working citizens for America and are able to contribute into society and pay taxes to help the government get out of debt? What about that?
That would be great. That would be great. But
like, why not help that?
Billionaires do not.
And then it also makes America look beautiful, and we don't have fucking needles on the ground. And you can actually go in LA on Skid Row and have a nice stroll with your family and in beautiful LA, rather than fucking be like, we're never going down that road. Like,
I think San Francisco is the worst, but it's, I mean, would you help?
If I was a billionaire, why not? Why not?
Yeah, I guess.
Set up rehab facilities.
Because if you're a billionaire, $1 million is nothing to you. $1 million, just send $1 million. But I don't think you're going to be doing the work yourself. You're going to give the $1 million to an organization, then they will help the homeless people. So you're just giving out free money at that point.
You can also do like nonprofits where it's like, you know, pretty much like everybody pitches in kind of thing. But that's what I'm going back to. Like, people don't want to pitch in. People don't give a fuck. People don't care.
But okay, I get your point.
So it's like, at this point, if you're homeless in America, like, I'm surprised that the government hasn't like just picked these people up and just killed them. Like why are you even just taking up space? You're not contributing anything to society. They don't want to help them. They're like, what? Like, they're literally not doing it. Like, so, like, how? Like, I'm not saying that they should pick them all up and kill them. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just using it as an example.
I get your point. But don't you think America is based on a you know, everyone, it gets a fair, like, anyone can make it, you know. We're not in North Korea where everyone's down here. Everyone gets the same amount of everything, you know.
That's what they want you to do.
We all start out with the same opportunity, right?
Not everybody, no.
Even if you're in a poor city, you still have the same.
Or even if you're in a rich place, you don't start the same. If you were born in a rich family, you don't start the same as somebody born to the poor family. So well, no.
I mean, if everyone that's poor, you have the same opportunity. You can make it. You know, it's possible. So why are we gonna help out the people that can't figure out a way to help themselves and get them out of the situation? We're just gonna help them? Like, no, all these people, like, we worked hard for.
So then you just leave them there.
I'm not done. We worked hard to get to this point. Rich people worked hard to get to that point, unless you were born rich. But most people, they worked very hard. They you know. But a lot of homeless people, they did that shit to themselves. Some of them like they couldn't control it, but like.
But you're not answering my question. I've already asked you 3 times, and you still don't know my question.
What's your question? So we just leave them. You said, do we
just
leave them?
Yeah, so do we just leave them? So then what do you suggest that America should do with homeless people then?
Just I feel like I can't speak to that because where I live, it's not a problem. It's not really an issue.
You live in America. It's a problem.
But I don't see it every day. And like, you give them that. Like, what? I mean, what would you do? You would give them money?
And just
or
because you don't see it every day.
You would just give them
just
rehab
because
centers?
You don't see it every day doesn't mean it don't exist. Just because you don't.
What would you do as Andrea
hear
Plaza?
People being racist to people doesn't mean racism don't exist. I just told you what I would do. if I was a billionaire, or
Uh,
if I was just a high-end billionaire, I would gather with like 4 other billionaires and be like, yo, like, we can all pitch in some money, like, get centers built, like, all these people, this whole thing is so that they can get rehabilitized and they can become working citizens of America. And then that means eventually more money back for you. Maybe they can work for you. Maybe you can set up like a starting job for them, and then they work for you, making you money. Maybe building parts for something, or packaging something, or working at a fucking warehouse, or I don't know, loading up trucks or something. Who God knows what.
I mean, getting them jobs.
A lot of the
Seems
times,
like it would seem like the best way to do it, but
here's another
it's a lot harder than
misconception.
it
A lot of
sounds.
homeless people are homeless and they can't get out of it because they don't have access to an ID. If you don't have an ID, a social security, and home address, you cannot get a job in America. So no matter how bad you want to get away from the drugs, they continue to do the drugs because that's all they fucking have, and that's all they have access to. It's so much easier. It's so much easier for a person in America to go buy drugs than to go get a job. And people wonder why we are the way we are. It's simple. I can literally walk down certain streets. I could message certain people and have drugs quick. Finding a job in America, it's not that simple.
Yeah.
And that's why homelessness is one of the reasons why homelessness is a big issue.
To not have an ID.
Also, a lot of people are on drugs and they're addicted to drugs because of the own system, or the own government got them addicted to drugs.
I think that drugs is the bigger issue. I think like 99% of homeless people are on something, right? I think if they weren't on anything, if they were completely sober, they wouldn't be homeless, in my opinion. I think that drugs limits their mental capacity. So I think that's a real problem. We got to get the drugs off the streets.
And you can't get a fucking ID if you don't have a home address either, just so you guys know. So the first step to getting a homeless person rehabilitated is like, okay, like, let's just say I'm homeless, right? I come up to you, I'm like, sir, I really need a job. Like, can you help me get out of here? And you're like, okay, like, you're for sure I'm giving up the drugs. Like, what can I do? I need a job. Okay, we need to get your ID. Do you have your ID? No. Okay, what's your home address? I don't have a home address. Obviously, I'm homeless. Social security card, birth certificate, any of that. Mute your mic. Any of that.
It doesn't have a mute button.
Oh.
This is a fucking low bottom of the barrel mic that we're using right now. If we're looking for sponsors, if anyone is out there that wants to sponsor us for new equipment, we'll gladly take it. I got another one.
You're scaring the cat.
What were you saying though? It's hard to get a job.
It's hard to get
an ID.
Yeah, without an ID. It's hard for these people to get out of the situation that they're in. So it's easy for people like us to be like, well, just give up the drugs and you're good. Like, yes, they can give up the drugs, but then they don't know how to get out of there because every corner they turn, something is required that is super like easy to have and it's free to have, but it's also really hard to acquire, like a social security card, an ID, a birth certificate, a home address. Like,
but they also don't have a good support system. You're not thinking about that either, you know.
Yeah, they don't have a good support system.
They have no one that's helping them with
no
anything.
Community,
Nothing. No family, no friends,
no community.
If it's just you and your fellow homeless friends, like, yeah, you're just gonna want to do fucking coke all day.
Exactly my point.
Go hang out at your fucking local stop sign and just fucking snort crack. And, like, you don't have anyone helping you. And that's a bit, like, having a support system is big. But, yeah, you're 100% right, you know. Like, it's, the United States doesn't favor homeless people. It doesn't, it seems like with the whole, like, you know, we're not a communist country, you know, you can work your way up. But also fuck the homeless people. Like you're not we're not going to give you an advantage that we're not giving anyone else. Like me and you are middle class, you know. Like if the government, not saying not saying we would do this, but if the government was decided to basically like help out all homeless, give them money, give them access to help, right? You know what would happen? Lower and middle class would be like, where's my money? So then it would cause a lot of tension. I don't think we're not like that, but like there's a lot of people that would be like that. Like, where's my help?
Well, for me,
While they
my
live in a fucking
perspective
middle
as
class
somebody who
community,
is
you know, in an apartment.
living in the middle class, it feels like if you make a certain wage, like if you're a lower class, you get these government handouts and government help. If you're in the middle class, you work for the rich. And if you're rich, you just keep getting richer off the poor and off the middle class. That's what it feels like.
You said lower class works for who?
The lower class gets a bunch of handouts from the government and a lot of free money and a lot of government assistance and a lot of government help.
That's a good point.
And the middle class works hard for the rich, and the rich just keep getting richer.
Low-key, the middle class is the backbone of America.
It is.
No offense to the lower class.
It's people
Like,
who
they
are
get fucking
living
fleeced.
like us, like that are the backbone of America.
Like we make the country run.
Blue collar men are the backbone of America.
Me. I'm
Like-
a perfect example of that.
Like
Um,
just literally middle class people. Rich, y'all don't do shit, bro. Y'all don't help for shit. Seriously, y'all can just die. Unless you're a nice rich person.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll be rich one day, and we'll look back at this and be like, "Huh, remember when we were talking about that?"
And I feel like people would take, like, if I would just say this somewhere, like, some people would be like, well, what do you expect? The rich to just give you a bunch of money? It's not me personally that I'm asking for money or want, like, obviously I want money and I can work hard for my money. I don't mind it. I don't want no free handouts or anything. But for me, it's like, you can do so much good in the world if you are rich and you have all this opportunity and you have all these connections and you have people around you who can help you and who can, like, you have money to do all these things and you just don't want to. And that's what pisses me off.
I seen a statistic. It was like the 90 richest people in the world have the same amount of money as like the bottom 50% of the world. That's so insane.
That's so insane. And you're telling me we can't end homelessness? That's total bullshit, bro.
If all the richest people in the world, like the 100 richest, right? If they could literally get together. They could literally get together and give everyone like 10 grand a month, and they would still have $100 million left in the bank. Like, they could help out in so many ways, but all they care about is making more money.
Also,
That's like their only focus. They don't want to ever go back down to like only having $100,000 in the bank.
Right.
They're used to seeing those 7 digits in their bank account, their checking account. Yeah, I can't go below 7 digits, guys. I got to stay above that 7-digit mark. So, and I hope one day to be rich, you know. And how will I be as a rich man? I don't know. First of all, I'm taking care of everyone that I love. You know. Mm-hmm. And that's a very, very small number. It might be less than 3.
3 million?
I'm just 3 people.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
For me, it's not actually even people. It's just 2 animals.
She said that with the straightest fucking face.
No,
Oh, Luca would have his own house.
Leo
Leo would have an entire tree outside dedicated to him. Not a cat tree, like
that's
a literal
pointless though. Like
literal tree, Andrea.
No, that's stupid. That's literally pointless.
When you're rich, nothing is pointless. You have so much money, it's like fuck you money. That's what Joe Rogan calls it. He calls it fuck you money.
That's sad.
Money to spend where you don't even think about it.
Damn, that's crazy.
Well, he doesn't spend on dumb things. You know, he opened up a comedy store.
That's
lounge,
crazy.
Whatever you want to call it.
So instead of donating money to help people, Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So you just think that not everyone has the same care as you, Andrea. You know,
I can definitely tell.
especially rich people. They don't give a fuck about homeless people
Rich people
unless
don't
it
give a
benefits
fuck
them.
about any of
Unless it
us.
benefits them.
They don't give a fuck about nobody. Even if it benefits them, they still don't give a fuck about you. They'll take your idea, they'll take your money, and they'll squeeze you and throw you away and find somebody more replaceable. Somebody better, somebody smarter, somebody quicker, somebody newer, somebody fresher. Everybody is replaceable to them. They don't give a fuck. You're right. It all is fuck you money. They don't give a fuck. They'll throw the money in your face, say fuck you, get the fuck out of my face, and get somebody else.
If you were rich, what would you do?
Like what?
Like, who would you help out besides your family?
I would help the environment. Like I would like do something
I'm not talking like billionaire. I'm talking like, you have 20 million a year in your account.
20 million a year. Yeah, I would definitely try to like, I don't know, just research about like some environmental conservationalist, like just kind of help the earth and like just like the way.
How do you help the earth?
Well, environmentalist, conservationalist is not just like helping the earth like like just itself, like it's like helping like animals and ecosystems continue to thrive, because like a lot of it is being torn down for construction. Sea levels are rising because the ice caps are melting because of global warming. Yeah, shit like that.
The earth is, I was just talking to someone about this, like where we live, like, winter keeps getting pushed back, and like winter doesn't end till May. Summer starts in like August or June, sorry. I don't know where I was going with that.
No, it just seems like we're not having a winter anymore.
Oh, we definitely have a winter.
Like
it's been 5 degrees.
It's cold, but it's not. There's no more blizzards. There's no more.
That's a good point. It's less
like,
snow and more cold.
Yeah, it's just cold.
Which,
weather
to be honest, I'd rather deal with the cold than the snow.
And the weather is inconsistent.
Right?
Like 1 week it could be like, for like 3 days straight, it'll be like -5. And then all of a sudden it jumps to like 30 degrees. And then like the whole next week is like 50 degrees. And then it jumps back down to like -5. It's like, bro, it's just pick a season.
It's like God is like rolling the dice, and like whatever it lands on, that's what we get. Because it's like he's teasing us. We get fucking 40s next week. That's going to feel like spring. And then we'll probably, after that week, we're going to go back down to, 2 degrees.
Yeah.
When you wake up and you go outside and it's 3 degrees, I don't want to fucking hear people in California complain about the weather at all. Right?
That's what I'm saying.
You fucking cancel school because they cancel school when it's 40 degrees.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear shit. When you wake up at 6 a.m. and you get goosebumps down your entire body, that's how cold it is. It like wakes you up. That's how cold. Like you just want to run to your car, get in there, and snuggle up into a fucking ball. What were you gonna say though?
I said, but that's what I would do if I was rich. Like that would also force me to like be able to travel the world to different like places to like talk to different people, because all over the world there's different issues. In some areas of the world, poaching is a big problem, killing species that are about to go extinct. Like they were killing a bunch of rhinos, and like the reason why they kill them is they like to get their horn that's in the front of their head. But the thing is, like, they can't just chop off the horn and just take it. The horn kills the animal. So like when they chop off the horn, it completely kills the animal. So it's like people were literally killing rhinos. They're extinct now because of that. Because people wanna, and they turn it into, you know what? They turn it into fucking jewelry. Like, what is wrong with people, bro? Out of all the things that we have in this world, all these materials, you're killing a fucking rhino, bro. Like, same thing with like elephants, like the hoofs, like the bottom of their thing of the elephants. Like they would kill them to take those things out. And obviously that would kill the elephant, and they would use it as jewelry as well. But I mean, there's like monkeys, gorillas, like a lot of animals are being killed. Pandas are going extinct. I mean, we're close to not having giant pandas in our lifetime, which is insane to think about. Like just stuff like that.
Yeah. Leo behind me? Oh.
No, he's right here. He's inside here.
Oh, I think I hear him. I can't see.
He likes to be
Like,
in the
what is?
donkey.
I mean, I'm gonna play like devil's advocate. Like, how does a rhino help the earth?
Well, it's like it's always like when you were in school, like it was like there's an
The chain,
ecosystem. Yeah, the chain. Like you kill off one thing, it affects this animal. Now this animal can't eat or this, and then it affects this animal because then he can't eat that animal.
Yeah, but no one's eating. No one's eating a rhino.
Well, true. I don't know
Like no
about
animals
that.
are like, I'm gonna go.
But
fucking eat a rhino
also,
for breakfast.
a lot of animals eat a lot of animals that are like overpopulated. Like let's just say hyenas, right? Like let's just say there's like a gajillion hyenas, like they're overpopulated. But rhinos eat hyenas. This is just I don't know if this is true, but this is just an example that I'm using. But if rhinos are eating hyenas, why would you kill off rhinos and have more hyenas everywhere? Like an invasive species, that just doesn't really contribute anything. They just kind of like are invading the space, really.
Well, killing a rhino for jewelry is actually that should be a crime, bro.
That it is a crime. It's called poaching. And in Africa, they really do this. And well, now obviously rhinos are. Well, that specific rhino is extinct, but
that's insane.
Yeah, it's really sad because
I mean, is it worth
also,
a lot of money?
I'm sure.
The jewelry.
Also, like rhinos are one of like the distant relatives to dinosaurs that we had. Like that's something so cool. Like why would you want that gone? Like that's like literally a living dinosaur.
That's how giraffes too.
In our time, like alligators, crocodiles, like those are dinosaurs. This like distant family members of dinosaurs. Like you don't want them dead.
That's just the world that's like the type of world we're going into where everything is about technology. We're starting to kill off all these extinct animals. We're cutting out all the trees. Elon and some of these scientists, they want to eventually make like another planet habitable, so that
like Mars,
if shit happens here, there's another planet to go to live, and that's like the ultimate goal that Elon has.
That's scary because they know that it's wrong.
Like we're slowly killing this planet. Everyone knows it. With exactly what you're saying, like killing off these extinct animals for fucking jewelry. I mean, I think hopefully we'll go to electric cars. That'll help a little bit, but I heard that doesn't really help because of the batteries that they take. Those batteries are super hard. The batteries for electric cars are super hard to get.
I heard that they have to get like these chips that they put in PlayStations to go into the car, and like when
they get it from like the earth. I don't know. It's some weird shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
But there's
also I heard that Chat GPT, like that AI like chat. I heard that
I'm a Joe Rogan fan. I know what Chat GPT is.
Yeah, I heard that is like extremely bad for the earth.
Really?
Yeah,
I haven't heard that.
I saw the whole breakdown, but I didn't pay attention. But I had to like look back at that.
Bad for the earth?
Yeah.
How would it be bad for the earth? If it's a Have you used it?
Because like like all the systems, like okay, so like everybody uses their phone, like they have like servers. It's all in one room, and like they have all these servers, and it gets like extremely hot in there, and so they have to like do stuff to like keep it cool in there so it doesn't overheat, and that's what like it's really bad for the earth. But I don't know the exact like science.
I'm always so interested in that and that type of stuff, like the ins and outs, but I just don't have the time and patience to like really research it and figure out, because like it sounds stupid, but like what makes ChatGPT different than like Google? I know like Google, like the answers that you search on Google, like people wrote those answers, and ChatGPT, it's like not a person.
It's an AI, yeah.
but like you just like I want to define that. Like what is that?
Okay,
You know?
like
It's not. It's like it's information, right? But how do they have access to everything, all the answers in the world? Like how? Someone designed AI, right?
yeah.
His name is like Sam or something.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done enough. I've only listened to Joe Rogan talking about this shit, but I haven't done enough research. But do you ever think about that?
I
Because
feel
AI is
like
taking over. It's gonna take over the world eventually, potentially.
I feel like AI and Chat GPT and all this, like it's just somebody behind that screen. Like it's just people, like just trying to like change your view or like trying to
Ooh,
like they just keep typing shit. Like why? How do we know that this is AI? The fuck? Like how do you know what I mean? It's just
yeah.
they're just pre-written answers that these people have already made, and so when you chat in there and you ask it a question, it's just gonna give you an answer. Or it's almost like I don't know if you've ever seen this, but when you go online and you're like shopping for a car or like on Amazon and you're like there's like a little bubble and it says chat here. It's like
Yeah.
that. It's like you're just chatting with like an assistant. Like so you get connected to somebody. Obviously they don't say that on their end, but you get connected to somebody and like when you ask it its questions or when you're talking to it, it's just somebody behind that screen talking back to you, giving you answers that you
What
want to
what what
hear.
would be like? What would be like? Why would someone want to trick people into believing that it's not a person, but it is a person? Like what? Why would they do that?
Because maybe they want money, maybe they want
But it doesn't cost money to use ChatGPT.
maybe they want to like change your the way of you that you think, like your political
You know
views
that
possibly. I don't know, it could be a lot of different things.
like kids are using AI ChatGPT to write essays, and like teachers aren't able to like figure out that it's not them, and they're getting like straight A's and shit. Like it's already starting to ruin the education system. The education system is flawed, but
Yeah, they get no fucking help from anybody. Like they barely have enough money to like get supplies and get enough technology for like, and I mean like normal middle class schools, like they don't get
yeah.
any help.
But back to like the AI shit, it's just so it's just so interesting. And have you heard Elon talk about? Well, he has mentioned that like we're most likely in a simulation of some sort.
Yeah.
Like he said, it's like 99% or almost 100. Well, 99 is almost 100. But when one of the smartest people in the world says that, your antennas have to go up.
Cause also
You
like
know?
you don't know what happens when you die. Like nobody has like told, you know what I mean? There's no way to figure it out. So it's like, how do we know that like when we die, we don't just get reborn again into a different body, we start all over life again, or we start life all over again on a different like era. Like now we've went ahead of time. Now we went back in time or whatever, you know what I mean? Like that's why you hear that saying like, "Oh, you're an old soul." Like there's people like in today's day, you know, modern era, but they like to dress very 70s and they like to
Yeah.
drive 70s cars and they like to listen to music of the 70s and like they're just very old school. Well, maybe in their past life or maybe in when they died and they were born when they died, maybe they were in that era. They were in
Yeah,
that 70s era.
I think you reincarnate. You've been in multiple people already, and
I think it's like a
you take certain. Someone's calling you. Oh, answer it.
no.
Not this time.
Yeah, not this time.
I think that you take personality, you take certain things from different, like this might have been your fifth life, and you've taken things from those past four, and that's become you now.
Yeah.
You know, maybe your third life, you were a baseball player, and that's why you love baseball so much now. I don't know. It's just
Exactly.
I think that that's true though, the reincarnation shit.
Yeah.
But that's a good point because that's the unknown. You like you know how you were born. You know what happened before you were born. You know how the egg and the sperm connected. You know.
Yeah, but you don't remember any of that. You don't even remember
I know,
probably
but what I'm saying
probably
is
any of your life
you don't
until you were
remember,
like
but you
5 years old.
you know how it happened, right?
Well, yeah, because people
But
tell you.
hang on. But then in your life, up to this point, you know how everything went. You don't remember everything, obviously, but you know big events, and then after you die is completely unknown. I guess it's kind of like the future. Like, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but you have sort of a sense of what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But when you die, we have zero, literally.
Like,
the humans have evolved so much, but we still have no evidence of heaven, evidence of what if your soul's still alive?
I wouldn't say there's no evidence, because there is evidence. There's a whole book, but I think that if you don't believe, you don't believe, and if you do, you do, whatever. To each their own. But, like, truly, when you pass away, nobody knows what happens.
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody knows. Like, you can pray, you can believe in all that, and that's fine. I'm not discrediting any of that or going against any of that. I'm just saying that when you take your last breath and your eyes close, nobody has came back and been like, holy shit, I like started another life and now I'm back over here. Like, what? Like, no, nobody has ever said that. Nobody has said, oh shit, I was a bird, and then like, or whatever it may be. Like,
in my fourth life, I was actually a bald eagle. I never told you this. I died because my fucking brother pushed me out of the nest.
Makes sense. You are very pushable.
Yeah,
I would probably push you off the nest
what were you
too.
in your past life?
I was a
cockroach.
No, panda.
Panda, I don't know about that. Those are majestic ass animals.
That's how, like, I'm so good at eating. I like, that like pandas can eat like so much bamboo in like an hour.
And that's why you eat a lot of food too.
Oh yeah, that shit is good.
So,
well, not anymore.
What's the most probable outcome?
Now I'm more like a fish.
Yeah. What's the most probable, like, in Andrea's perfect world, how would you like the afterlife to be? Not I don't want like a realistic, or like a, don't use
like heaven and shit. Like,
no, I just mean like, what would be the perfect scenario for your afterworld?
Probably like, maybe,
but pretend
like,
that you have no knowledge of anything.
Okay, let me tell you. So, like, let's just say, like, I got in a car accident, or like I'm laying in the hospital bed and like my eyes closed. The first thing that I would envision would happen would be like bright lights. Like bright lights, and you're just like,
where are the bright lights coming from?
And you just like wake up. I don't know. You wake up and it's just like sunny as fuck, and you're like, whoa, like, and it's just like this perfect world, and you're not hurt. You don't feel hungry. You don't feel sick. You don't feel anything. Like, you feel great. You feel normal. And, like, everybody around you is happy and, like, filled with love. And you see people that like, maybe grandparents, friends.
So I feel like that's like what everyone thinks heaven is. I mean,
yeah, that's what I think.
I have a totally different.
What do you think heaven is like? So, like, you go in a car accident and your eyes are closed. What happens when you open those eyes?
You don't open your eyes.
Okay.
You're not in a body anymore.
Okay.
Heaven, you're not in a body.
So you think you go to heaven?
Yeah, but it's not like a fairy tale land.
Okay. So what is it like?
Your soul's up there.
So, like, I think we've had this, but you're not in a body?
This talk before. No, you're not in a body. Your body's underground, babe.
So then what do you mean your soul? Because you're not alive, you can't have a brain.
Your soul is your being.
That doesn't make sense.
What do you mean? You don't have to. Like, you don't have to have a body to have a soul. Your soul isn't a physical thing. Your soul isn't a physical thing. It's not like your heart.
No,
your soul is your spirit. Okay, your spirit's up there.
So like your spirit. So like.
Don't think of a physical thing. Heaven isn't physical. You don't get to feel heaven.
Okay.
You're up there though.
So you don't feel it when you get up there? How do you know you're up there? If you don't feel it.
You just know you're up there. You just know.
So how do you know that you were in hell?
Okay, Andrea, you're thinking of life like how it is right now, like on the ground, your feet touch the ground. Like, you gotta realize when you're dead, everything is different.
Well, I wouldn't know, and you wouldn't know.
I do know because I've been to heaven.
We're not dead. And
I know.
We have no recollection of like dying and coming back. We're not zombies.
Yeah. Okay, now
So tell me more.
let's give each other like that was a realistic one. Now let me give you heaven, perfect case scenario, right? Yeah, wake up, bright lights, right? Walk in. I'm fucking walking. I got jacked arms. Like I've been hitting the gym lately. Um, First thing, big ass table, egg rolls, pancakes, every type of food that I've ever loved. Reese's cut, like sushi.
Damn.
Luca,
Luca, déjalo. Ya.
over here to my left,
Ya, déjalo.
Andrea.
What?
We'll finish this up right now. To my left, Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey are sitting down, having lunch.
Mm-hmm.
To my right,
Taylor Swift. I knew it.
Taylor Swift, and she's giving a private concert to a couple people.
Uh-huh.
And then there's a trampoline park down the way, baseball court, basketball court, video game consoles over here. Luca and Leo are chilling in the trampoline park. You're at the kitchen cooking it up.
Oh, I don't want to cook.
So what's your idea?
My dream, like fake, would be like I wake up, bright lights, whatever, and I'm in a gorgeous island, like
By yourself?
by myself. No, it's like no, with like only the people that I like. So like this big island, but like it's not like populated, like just random civilians. Like only the people I invite are there.
Yeah.
And like there's like a big mansion, and that's my house. And like there's a pool, and you walk in, and there's like a bunch of food, and there's a feast going on, and all my family is there. My parents, my grandparents, both sides of the family, all my cousins, and Luca and Leo are there. You're there.
I was going to say, you better say me. I haven't heard my
Your
name yet.
family is there, and we're just having a blast. They're having an all-inclusive experience, like all you can eat, drink, and like there's a baseball field, and me and Alex are playing, and Junior, and I'm like driving this golf cart around, and then like I park it in the back, and then in the back I have like dirt bikes and four-wheelers, and then in the garage I have
Been
like
thinking about this, huh?
yeah, I have like a boat so that I can go, in the water and shit, and like a jet ski, and like we go jet skiing, and like just having a blast like on an island.
That's what you would want real life to be like.
Honestly, like
let's be
just
honest.
honestly in an island secluded from the world, that would be my dream, bro. Like I hate people so much, and I hate the world so much.
That's what I would do if
I hate the world
if I
in the
was-
sense of like I hate politics, I hate people, I hate the government. Honestly, America is not great, and
If I was a billionaire, I would buy an island. That's a good thing to buy. If the world is ending, you could just go to your island and just chill there while the world is burning alive. Oh, if there's fire, you just go in the water. You're chilling. Anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap up the episode. A lot of random shit in this episode.
yeah, that's a lot of random.
We had
but it
nothing
was
planned, but
Leo, Luca.
Monday's episode, like I said, I'm either gonna be very happy or very unhappy.
Yeah.
Chiefs
Hopefully
might make it to the
unhappy.
Super Bowl for the third time in a row, which you don't think we are, or I'm gonna be super depressed. We
Or
lost the
Josh
Bills.
Allen will finally win one over Patrick. I feel like low key though, Josh Allen has to do it. If Josh Allen don't do it, bro.
That's enough.
Hold on. If Josh Allen don't do it, bro, like this is actually like really bad for his career. Like how can you go 0 for 4 against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in the playoffs? Like
Be
that's
rough.
terrible.
Be rough.
That's really rough. That's really rough statistic, bro.
All right, guys, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, head over to the Spotify. Hopefully we can get that uploaded. We had some issues last time with the internet and shit, but
Yeah.
all right, y'all, peace.
Peace.